Welcome back to 4 Geeks by Geeks. As always, I am Bozer.
And I'm PK.
And this is where geeks come to geek out loud. Today we're talking about Detective Pikachu. We're doing a spoiler-free review. So if you haven't quite seen the movie, like I have not, PK has had the honor of seeing it, but I have not. So we're kind of gonna, wow.
Yeah. So we're just gonna kind of take our time to talk about the movie in a way that it'll be safe for you to listen to, and just give my honest thoughts on it. And then you can kind of give what because when Carlos was here, we talked about it.
Yeah.
And so you didn't actually get a chance to weigh in. So I actually did want to hear your opinion on it, and I could kind of weigh in. So we'll start with you. Just like you've seen the trailers, I'm sure. So what are your thoughts? What are your fears? What are you excited about? Things like that.
Well, the first time that I saw the very first trailer, so you're gonna think back to like last year, I saw the hints of Pokemon, and I got so excited. And then I saw that it wasn't like the basic trainer trying to fight and become the very best, and nostalgic me was like, oh, womp womp. And I, like, every time I saw it, I was like, this is not the Pikachu, or even the Pokemon movie that I wanted. But knowing full well that, like, Detective Pikachu was its own game, so at least it's based off a game.
Right.
And we have a new crowd, and they haven't all grown up. Like, there's plenty of Pikachu, or I keep saying Pikachu, Pokemon TV shows to watch, anime series, but I don't feel like they're watching them like we did religiously as kids.
No, I don't think it carries. It might. I mean, I don't know. I don't have any kids or anything. You don't have kids, so it might.
I don't even talk about it as much like we did. We would talk about it. We'd play it on the playground.
We had the board games, the card games, the handhelds. Pokemon
so it's a different audience. But then halfway through the trailer, when they started to show like the battles and it felt more like the Pokemon movie I wanted, like when he's out in the wilderness in the forest and there's Pokemon running around in the wilderness. I was like, okay, that's redemption for me. And then when the Mewtwo showed up, I was like, oh, okay, I might be sold on this. But I don't know. I think Carlos mentioned that we don't want to hear a high-pitched Pika Pika the whole time, but I don't know if I was the only one. After I watched your video, I was like, I do. Like, I want that heart-wrenching Pika Pika.
Right.
You know what I mean? So the fact he talks is okay. It's marketable, I suppose. And I love Ryan Reynolds. I don't know that Pikachu would ever, like, swear. Like, that was another thing that just took me out of it for a second. I'm like, oh, that feels like a choice from the director to market. I don't know. But overall, I'm excited. I am really excited to see it. I'm sorry I haven't seen it yet. I've heard good things, but I'm ready to not let it live up to my expectations.
Okay, so I will pick up from there. These are things to consider. Ryan Reynolds carried the movie, in my opinion. These are all my opinions with this review. I think they did a very good job of creating a kind of kids movie that I don't think exists right now, with this noir, like, detective style feel.
Oh, okay.
So I think instead of looking at it like a Pokemon movie, look at it as like a kids detective movie with a Pokemon cover on it.
Okay.
So it's almost like you bought a Game Boy, but you got the Pokemon Game Boy. There is no difference to it. It just has
It's
a
still a
Pokemon
Game Boy.
skin.
Okay.
So the Pokemon are in the world, and they have a part, and in this world, they're like, there are Pokeballs and stuff like that, but in the city that you go to, there Pokemon and humans live together harmoniously.
Right.
Which I talk about. So like
Snorlax is directing traffic. No, that was Machamp.
yes, but the Pokemon are not being contained by humans or anything like that. They work simultaneously, and there's like a synergy to it.
So is this kind of like set in the future?
No.
From like Ash Ketchum's world?
No. So it's set in a different continent though, and and the original island from the first movie is brought up because all the Pokemon games are based off like Japan,
right?
Paris, England.
Right. So what, Kanto was the first?
I believe so. Yeah. So they talk about it, and when they bring up Mewtwo, they talk about that region, and they actually talk about the first Pokemon movie.
Do they really?
Yes.
So it's like canon?
It is canon.
Ooh, okay, I'm excited.
So like the creation of Mewtwo is talked about in the movie, which I thought was really cool.
Right.
But the nice thing is even though Pokemon is there, and they do give a couple like here and there quips, like you've seen Jigglypuff in it, and you see the guy sleeping.
Right.
Like that's really funny for people who know what Jigglypuff is.
Right.
But if not, it's like a passable thing you won't even know. So if you don't know Pokemon, those aren't
Okay.
like layered in, and they never feel this instant urge to talk about. Like they never explain Pokemon to you. They don't like dumb it down. They don't bring it
Right.
down to your level. They're just like, we're not gonna make it all about Pokemon. Like this is a movie that parents and kids can enjoy. Pokemon are here, but there's a storyline that you can chomp into no matter what. There's also not a lot of. It's not like some other cartoons from our era, but there's a lot of adult humor aspects to it.
Okay.
Like one of my favorite lines in the movie was they're coming back to the apartment then, and he's like, I can't believe I'm letting somebody into my apartment. I swear I never do this. I'm not that kind of Pokemon. And it was just that little joke like that was there, and like a kid's not gonna get that, but as an adult, it was like absolutely hysterical. And
Which makes sense because like we are adults now and we grew up playing it, watching it, and so it's nice that they are trying to market to us.
Right, and they don't do the whole nostalgia feature really all that much. Like, I felt nostalgia in seeing some of my favorite Pokemon come to life, and I thought it was really cool. And we talked about, my friends and I, when we left the movie theater, we talked about this. It's something that it's kind of proved to me that I don't care how you defend the Sonic movie. Like,
And I don't.
No, and that's just it. Like, they didn't use the sprites, they didn't use the animated version. They created 3D models that were hyper realistic of how they think they would have existed in this world, but they were very true to the Pokemon. Like, they brought them to life in a very realistic way, and it still looks good. Like the amphibians had like frog-like textures and skins. Pikachu had fur, and it was like, there's ways to do it, and they look exactly like you could tell. But if you look at Sonic in the movie, he doesn't look like Sonic. So it's just this weird, like, Pokemon really sealed it for me that it almost felt like they weren't looking, or they took too much artistic freedoms.
Yeah.
But that's not the movie we're reviewing. I haven't seen it. Obviously, it's not out yet.
But that reminds me of sometimes on Instagram you're scrolling and you see these artists make these like hyper realistic interpretations of Pokemon, and they just look so cool.
Yeah.
And so it felt like from those, if you know what I'm talking about, to the movie, they've kind of blended the two, the animation, because even the eyes look a little more cartoony.
Yeah.
For the Pokemon, rather than these ones that they were really trying to draw like an actual frog-looking thing, or Squirtle.
But they were kind of
turtle
creepy,
kind of
and
they looked a little creepy. They all had dark, soulless eyes.
yeah. So like they kept them in a cutesy realistic,
Yeah.
which I liked. I said that Ryan Reynolds carried the movie.
And what do you mean by that?
His acting, and he'd improvised a lot of his lines, and you can always tell when he did, and that was perfect. He did a really good job. But like the actors, like the guy who plays the son of the detective, and
Will Smith. What is?
Say Will Smith.
Isn't it? Isn't he a Will Smith? Willem Smith?
I didn't think so, but I could be wrong. I know he was in Jurassic World, I believe.
Yeah.
I just cannot remember his name to save my life. Please hold. Just type in cast, maybe.
Is this the IMDb page? Yeah, wait.
But while you're looking that up, he didn't do emotions super well.
Justice
Smith. Okay, yeah.
I guess that's why I thought he was. Is he a Will Smith?
He might be. I mean, I don't think you'll find it there. Anyways, we'll find out later. But Justice Smith did okay, but like when he had to actually key into his emotions, he didn't do it very well.
Yeah. Well, he's acting with people on green screens and invisible things.
And that's always going to be hard. Like, and I feel bad because it feels like that's all he's like the two movies I know him for now. He's kind of had to do acting with green screen. And I'm sure it's hard to like look at like a tennis ball or look at a guy squatting down in like a costume.
Yeah.
And acting with them.
I'm sure. You gotta use your imagination.
But I was gonna say, I'm not gonna give him a cop out for that because it's been done before.
Yeah.
Like, so I'm not just gonna say, oh, well, he had to act with the tennis ball. I mean, Tom Holland's acting by himself because he's such a spoiler hazard, and he's still doing amazing. So, no, I think He did good. He wasn't like, it was not the worst acting in the world. He did very good. He was just a little dry, and I thought the girl, whoever she was also kind of like the kid actors, the actors who looked like they came from Disney just didn't hold up, especially when you're playing alongside characters like Ryan Reynolds, who is such an A-list actor and so good at improv and so good at just being quick and witty, and he had the benefit of an animation doing a lot of his emoting.
Right.
But he didn't need that. Like, his voice carries so much emoting that it's just something that he was lacking, and so was she. Neither of their friends. But he was still very funny. He had it in. I just didn't believe that. I didn't feel his growth. Like, there's a lot of character development in the movie that I think is kind of lost.
You didn't see that arc from starting one place and ending in another.
And once you watch it, I do think it'd be nice just to talk on it, and just curiosity.
Yeah.
And we could do another one. We'll do another one where it's not spoiler free. Like, we'll do the spoiler version of it if you watch it.
Give it some time.
I still want to ruin it for you.
And for all of you that watch.
Yeah, and I'd like to do this one first. So if I had to give this movie out of 10, I'd probably give it a 7.5, 8.
Really?
I liked it. It didn't play at the nostalgia feature, so that was the only thing going for it. I have a fear that the Sonic movie is gonna do.
Yeah.
It had its own storyline. It was really unique. The case itself was really simple, but it's a kids movie.
It's a kids movie.
So that was fine. Also, don't wait. If 3D movies cost more where you live, don't waste your time on it. We saw it in 3D, and it just...
Oh, I never seen them in 3D.
It gave me a headache.
Yeah.
It was good.
Just
I didn't
$4
mind it.
headache.
Right. But there was not enough, coming at me or worth it to make the 3D, I think if it was, Jurassic World, and that's just...
Yeah.
But, with,
they used to do more. When things went 3D, they intentionally made things come right out of the screen. Now it's just you want to see this in 3D? And then after a while, your eyes adjust, and then it's you're not wearing 3D glasses at all.
Right.
So why are
then
you
just paid $4 for a headache. Anyway,
not that life.
That's my review on 3D movies.
Well, I'm definitely going to check it out this week. I'm really excited to see it. I saw on Instagram, again, I get all my news from Instagram, and one person that we follow on the FGBG account said it's the #1 feel-good movie of the year, in his opinion. Again, it's just some person's opinion like ours, but
I don't know that I'd go that far.
I went to his feed, and he seems like, he really geeks out about quite a lot of things, so it's not like he actually cares about the product.
Huh. Before we wrap it up,
yeah,
you've seen a lot of movies this year thus far, haven't you?
I go to movies quite a lot.
Yeah. What would you say was the #1 feel-good movie? Let me think on this while you're doing that.
Of so far?
Yeah.
Well, okay. I tend to go see a lot of action movies and scary movies if I have to pick going to a movie. But
I feel like Shazam had more feel-goody than...
It did. Yeah.
If you're talking just a feel-good movie, Shazam would go...
A Dog's Journey? I never saw it because A Dog's Purpose.
No. I won't. That's not a feel-good movie.
It's a feel-bad forever
It's 2.5
movie.
hours of just dogs dying.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's not a feel-good.
My wife and I
said feel-good.
Yeah, Caitlin and I got that movie once at home, and we're like, we'll watch it at home. It'd be cute. We just sobbed on the separate couches for 3 hours, and then after the movie was over, we still kept thinking about it and
you just hugged your dog.
Yeah. But let us know if you've seen Pikachu, Detective Pikachu. Let us know what you think in the comments, or let us know what your thoughts are just based on the trailers. Are you choosing not to see it because of A, B, or C? We'd love to just let you know, or let us know. I'm sorry, I'm having utter brain farts tonight. It's been a long 3 days for me. So I hope you're having any... Oh.
That's cool, I can cut it. You're fine.
I'm gonna... PK is gonna end this video. I'm just gonna go, I'm gonna take a nap. So, I'm Bozer. Thank you so much.
And until next time, you keep geeking out.